And welcome back. I just do some finger stuff anyway. Welcome back to the Elite Series Division 2 with me, Fresh Tana, and of course with the wonderful, with the one and only. I don't need to say his name because I don't have like the skill to pronounce it because he's such an amazing dude. It's QG.
It's here. It's QG, and it's the real one.
Yeah, you're the one and only. There's not a single second QG in the world. I hope so.
I hope not.
No, I hope so, because the world couldn't handle a second QG. Because you're too amazing.
Do you know how I got that name actually?
No,
I did it in 8th grade, and do you know the series called Digimon?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know the 4th season where they?
No, nothing. I don't know anything about Digimon. For me, Digimon was always like the weaker version of Pokemon, so...
No, I think it was the superior version of it.
No, it was kinda not that great. At least in my opinion. I don't want to bash Digimon.
I got my name from the 4th season, from one of my favorite characters, and changed it a bit, and now it's QG.
Yeah.
And I never have problems with any games where I need to put in my name.
Yeah,
it's always free. Yeah, where did you get your name though?
Normally it stands for Fresh Thanatos, and Thanatos stands for the Greek god of death. And then there was like this YouTube time back then where there was like a German YouTuber called Fresh Torge, and then there was like a German YouTuberin, female YouTuber called Miro, and she just did a character called Fresh Dumbledore, and so I thought Fresh Thanatos is like the next big shit, and the funny, or maybe like the funniest thing of all time is that there are actually, when I started my YouTube stuff, and I mean I did Let's Plays and stuff, and I was big, man. I was big 50 abos or something. But like the second I started with YouTube and the second I started to use my name, Fresh Thanatos, there was a second dude, and it's no joke, there was a second dude who thought, let's do Fresh Thanatos as well. And like, I took the name Fresh Thanatos on YouTube, and then he did like the real Fresh Thanatos on YouTube or something. But then he took the name on Twitter, he took the name on Twitch. So I had no chance to get Fresh Thanatos on Twitch and on Twitter. So I used on Twitch, I used Fresh Tana, and on Twitter I used Fresh Tana TV. And that was really troublesome because in the first couple of months and years of my casting in Germany, I used Fresh Thanatos. And then I just thought that makes no sense because nobody will find me because they will all find this guy. So I used Fresh Tana instead, and yeah, that's the reason why I usually just take Fresh Tana anymore.
My Twitter name is also taken.
Yeah, I mean, but
QG is gone.
Just think about it. Fresh Thanatos is not even like a name you would think about normally. But that two guys decide to make an online career in the exact same month or something. It's, I mean, what a funny coincidence. Anyway, we are back in the Champ Select next against FULLCLEAR Esports. Just talking about some random topics. Anyway, yeah, next definitely a strong team, 3-2. I played against Ninja, Tiger, and Soloki actually. Well, it was also a funny one.
Yeah, and we covered that on Wednesday.
Yeah, and then there's FULLCLEAR, like the big surprise team in my opinion from the split, having a unique playing style, having some unique OTPs, and yeah, there's the Kled gun and the Hecarim gun, and maybe even the Dr. Mundo will be banned as well, and then Poppy and Lucian. So Nico's still on the table, Oplong's still on the table. Even your Milio and your Yumi stuff is still on the table, so there are still some really crazy picks. And now the big question is: do you ban? They actually ban Seri. So I predict Galop going on Dr. Mundo actually.
It's the first time the mains are not banned here.
No, I mean in the first game, Dr. Mundo was open.
Yeah. Oh, in the first game. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't see. I was on vacation.
Yeah, and I think Lunio played Kled one time or something, maybe even a second time, but at least one time, and they lost with it. It was the only loss. They lost with their Kled, and all the other games they won, the Kled was banned. I mean, that's funny. And Ninja Tiger actually plays Cassandra. I play Poppy against Cassandra, so I know how good his Cassandra is actually. I beat him, but I mean that's I mean the team won the game and top lane was ignorant. But he plays a really sick Cassandra. That's something I need to say.
Yeah, Cassandra is also the strongest, not the best top laner, at least in competitive. If you can play him right now, so it's also a bold choice to first pick a top laner at this point. Yeah. But I think I think that the Gwen can go pretty even with him because of the true damage she has and also the sustain. But there's the Mordekaiser, so we are
in the world.
The direct camera is jumping up on the top lane 100%. I think we won't leave it this time, so there's no action right there.
Yeah, but and there's just think about this draft right now. Mundo didn't got picked by Gallop. Maybe he gets picked and then we see Mordekaiser top lane. But LeBlanc is open. Both teams kinda think, yeah, LeBlanc is not irrelevant. And Nico's open, still open. No, I mean, just think about it. Those two teams just don't care about those broken champions. They just play whatever they want. And but actually, in every single other game, we would have seen Nico against LeBlanc now. And those two teams just think, screw it, we don't need them.
Yeah, but it also depends on Desimundo. It also depends on can you play the champ? Can you trick with the clones of the minions? Are you a real Shaco main? That's when you play Nico. And there's the Mundo for Gallop, so I will see it for the first time here.
No, second.
No, me myself. But it's the second time, yeah.
The whole world just is around you. I'm sorry, big god.
Do you know the subreddit? I'm the main character.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I
know
don't
that
know
that's
it,
mine.
Yeah.
That's my subreddit.
Yeah. the LeBlanc ban now. I need to say, to be honest, if LeBlanc is not picked in the first 6 picks, she will not be picked in the next one, so why ban it? Anyway, there's Luluban, probably even a Fresh coming out. I would predict a Fresh, just because I feel Fresh is really strong. Maybe they're in LCK at least. There are some Yuumi or Fi users, but I think Yuumi is just too nerfed. So I probably would ban out the Fresh. And then the big question comes, does Nemera plays the Nico, because she's still open and they banned LeBlanc, so they could go for Nico now, but with Nico they have a lot of AP damage, so maybe they don't want to do that. And no, they just go for Braum, and so they just let mid lane last pick, which makes sense.
If they go Nico, it will also be good for the Aphelios, right? He can just build AD even if he's behind or ahead. Someone has to build MR at some point, so they can't concentrate on the armor. So I think to go with the Nico is pretty good, also if they have a lot of magic damage, because the Aphelios, there are 2 people who run into him, and it's actually not that bad for the Aphelios here. And also the Braum can just defend.
Yeah, Braum is even a good matchup into Rakan, and I really like the full clear team combat at the moment. Just really tanky, has a lot of good tools, and there's the Victor.
They did these 3 beefy frontliners who are not that mobile. You just stay around you and you can just hit from behind everything. And if the Rakan, Viego or Kisante come into you, the Braum just peels him out. The Mundo is also peeling with the auto attack reset to stun everybody, and the Aphelios can just do what he wants actually.
Yeah.
This is very and now if they want to decide what do they play against the against the Victor, do they want to go for a wave clear? Because they don't have wave clear at this point, and for the late game it will be harder. And there's Ezreal.
That's a static shift S3 mid lane probably.
Yeah, it could be. I was also thinking about that when I saw the pick. It's a static shift, maybe AP.
But I actually with this pick, it's kind of hard to say, but maybe I don't like this pick. But I like the draft with Mordekaiser and Mundo. It makes the draft really unique. I mean, NXT basically plays meta team comp more or less, and full clear just hits you different, and I really like that. So
they come with the comfort picks, and I think Ezreal is not that bad of a choice here. You have like these, you have your 3 frontliners, and you probably need one into the backline with the Aphelios if the Aphelios dies. So you still have the Ezreal, who is pretty safe with the E and the flash, and it can also deal a lot of damage. And if you go static shift, you can just clear the wave, just as Victor is, and it's the thinking point is not that bad, but the champ also is this champ still too strong with the Triforce? Or is that something Ezreal?
I think he will go with he will play it second. So the big problem with static shift Ezreal in the mid lane is that basically as Ezreal you want your tier really quick, you want your sheen really quick, and normally with static shift users you want your static shift really quick. So with that you either deny those scaling items, which makes Ezreal good, or you deny him static shift a little bit quicker. So and they need wave clear, so static shift is a must buy for him in my opinion in mid lane. So it's not the strongest static shift user in my opinion, and we need to see how he plays it out. But yeah, if you just look at both team comps, and I will ask you that now, not when we go in game, what team comp is stronger in your opinion? Who won the draft, and who will take home this victory?
The FULLCLEAR esports pick and ban phase was interesting. They are going for comfort picks, so I think it doesn't matter what they're playing against. They're going for the comfort here, and also with these non-meta picks, like the Mordekaiser and the Dr. Mundo, it's really hard to play against that because you don't scrim against these. You scrim against these top meta picks and also some scrappy comps, and I think that NXT here has a decent team comp, meta team comp with Diviego and Crisante on top side, where they just hit. If they get a reset, they are very strong, and if they don't get a reset, actually it's going to be interesting. But also the engage and the go button is on the side of NXT, so I think NXT will take it.
Okay, and with that analysis out of the way, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. Elite Series 2nd Division FULLCLEAR against NXT. One is the surprise team of the league, one is just the up-and-coming new team in the league. So it's really an interesting one because both are the 2 new teams on the block. And now the question becomes who can cement themselves on the top, or who maybe falls behind. And yeah, like the first couple of auto-attack trades, but we already see with the fleet footwork that this is a static shift Ezreal, and probably goes for static shift as fast as he can. But we will see. He can't stop going for tier, so we'll maybe see a quick tier as well. But first, couple of trades go in the favor of FULLCLEAR, especially Braum level 1 is so strong against melee champions because you can just instantly stun them. So it was rough for this Rakan at the moment.
Yeah, I think Braum is also goes for the aftershock. I think he took the wrong.
Oh, that could be interesting. the invade, but it got sneaked out. So now the question is, in the 2v3, who can survive, who will die? But Gallop with the Ghost is at least fast enough to run out. But this invade does not work for Gallop. And the knock up and some damage, but Skyonage, of course, will survive it.
Yeah, and the point I want to talk about was Skyonage with the aftershock on the Braum. That's you don't see that very often. You get pretty tanky when you ult and engage. So I think Skyonage is the engage for full clear here, and therefore he took the aftershock. Normally go for the glacial augment or for the guardian.
That's at least one option. But I think that they have plenty of other disengage options as well. With just Gallop running into it. I mean, the name suggests that he wants to run into it, right? And then of course some Mordekaiser shenanigans on the top lane. But there is Vigo, so they try to kill him 2v1. But especially with the passive and now with the shield, he is really tanky, so he might get the solo bolo there with the... Oh, he can't! Oh no, the shield's run out and now he flashes onto him, but in the end it's just the 1-for-1, but the first blood goes to Lunio.
Yeah, and the flash bonk didn't play out that well. It was a little bit of a spectator bug we saw right there. And so I think he was a little bit out of range right there, but he got it in the end. It was worth it for Lunio here, who is closer to the leeching staff.
Yeah. Get some gold in there, but even Cassandra got his Sheen, so he is not too weak, and especially like with level 6, he can maybe even go for the 1v1 because Cassandra is just broken anyway. So here trading 1-for-1 was at least something worth, especially because of the assist gold. So they even traded gold evenly with like probably 400 to 400. So that was totally fine. But like the last time when we saw Dr. Mundo is usually like the big skill check or just a little ignite proc there, but nothing really happens. Dr. Mundo is big stat check. If you have more stats than he can kill you, but if he has more stats than you, then he just runs you over. So usually those Mundo players will just farm, just try to get ahead, and with that probably win those 1v1s. Oh, big knockup! In the end, all of them flashes, and in the end, they just secure one for nobody. But there comes a teleport now from Richter, and he still has flash, so he could go for something. He flashes out the wall and gets him with the laser. Really well played there. Now they just will swap Saya in the mid lane just to push out lane. And Victor will probably stay bot lane just to push out the lane as well.
Yeah, but was it worth it, a TP and a flash to get a revenge kill to even it out?
I think so. Gallop goes in with the ghost, and there's Ezreal, so a lot of damage coming due to QT KT, and in the end he can't secure the kill. So it's just another kill for Mundo, and Mundo, if he gets ahead, is so annoying to play because he has more stats.
Yeah, and he just do as he pleases. The doctor who can't get beaten because he's too beefy. You know, he's almost level 6 too. He's a level ahead of QTQ.
Yeah. And now we will probably see the lane swap again. Problem is that at the moment Victor can't really push it out because he has not his laser upgrade yet. That's the reason why it could be worth to flash for this kill, just because he gets like more stacks, and with more stacks he gets his faster upgrade. So that's always a good thing for Victor to just get early kills, early assists just for those 25 stacks. But now let's just swap around again. And we'll just try to get back into the game, because at the moment FULLCLEAR even has a small gold advantage. And that probably is all on Gallop, because he has the solo bolo and of course more farm. And that's usually a big thing. And then mid lane even has a large farm as well. So this Ezreal kind of works out really, really well. And we already see that he kind of stopped buying the Sheen and the tier. He really wants this fast static, and which makes totally sense. But KT is now on the bot lane, so we might see some trouble there. Knockup does not really connect. There comes the big kills into it. KT gets his kill, so Knockup into stun, into the root of Sire. Worked out well, so it's just 3 for 3.
Yeah, and that's probably the Dragon for next here, but they will meet the mid lane and they are going to get flanked by the Victor, and they probably have to give it up because they're not on the same node. There will be...
Oh, there comes the engage from Gallop. Oh, it's so close, and now Gallop is just a beefy little boy with the ultimate. You can't really kill him. So this Drake just goes to FULLCLEAR. They really full clear the jungle right now and get the first objective of the game.
Yeah, and that's the Mundo just stat checking you at this point with the ultimate, with the... What the damage, did he just dealt 300 damage to that thing? Ouch.
Yeah, that's insane. The procentual damage from the Qs just makes you burn a lot. Oh, that solo bolo try from Ninja Tiger on the top lane. He tries to outplay it, but in the end he needs to be a little bit careful. There comes the insect into the turret, and with that at least some more damage, but Lunio still is really healthy. Oh, the root's coming down to Nomad. Nomad will probably die, but there's the stun, there's the Infernal, and with that they at least trade 1 for 1, and now Skyonage has just one thing to do. He could try to get to Tsaya, but probably just tries to get out, so it's just a 1 for 1 in the end.
Yeah, there's a lot more action than the other games we had today, and we have some action top lane, we have some action bot lane, we have some action in the jungle. This is some action-packed League of Legends today, and at this game as well. We are 9 minutes in and there are 9 kills. Everybody has 1 kill or at least a few assists. And there we have the Rift Herald coming up, but Gallop is just saying, you know, I'm Dr. Mundo, just get out of the way. I do as I please and take that thing here.
Yeah, he's just way too tanky. He even built just full health. Of course, the Barmy is for the clear speed, and then he probably will go for the hard steal. So that's the reason why he built the belt. And now even the static is up for Ezreal, so he will just be annoying with this item, just always proccing it, and will probably go on to tier next. And then the big question becomes: does he go for like an AP build with the Lich with the Lich Bean, or does he go for the AD build with like a Trinity Force or something? That's the big question we will need to wait for. And now it's just full clearing, going for the full clears, and Viego is on his next bot lane gank. And because they have still not the level 6 on Rakan, it's kinda rough. Maybe he gets it in the wave, but they don't go for the minions. He just tries to go for the engage. There comes the root, there comes the damage, so at least the skill on Nomad is secured. But Mundo is there, and they just go out of there because you can't really kill this Mundo at the moment. He is just way too tanky, but is he? And there is Ezreal, so nobody will die now.
Yeah, and Ezreal comes to clear the wave. But yeah, who would have thought when they redesigned some AD carry items that mages are going to use it? These League of Legends players with their innovative techs. And there's again the insect.
He tries to fight it. But Lunio is just way too tanky at this point, so you can't really go for those. At least Ninja Tiger tries. And I believe with like 2 items against 2 items, it could work. He might need to build anti-heal for that, but it could be possible to maybe 1v1 Mordekaiser later. Anyway, Herald gets spawned, so they just get some plating, so huge ultimate by Ophidius, but nobody really dies. So in the end, it's just some platings for full clear.
Yeah, but the Rift Out gives Nomad some gold, so he can scale up and go and buy these Storm Razors that he's going to build right now. Conrad, who is just clearing the Rave. Lunio is hitting these Qs. And I think there is also an interesting interaction with the Mordekaiser ult and the K'Sante ult. So if you ult the K'Sante out before he used the ult, you get more resistance. If you take him into the ult after he ulted, you get more AD, and the yeah, there's some bonks. Yeah, there's nothing going to happen. And the K'Sante even loses more armor and resistance, so he's probably weaker than the Mordekaiser in the fight.
Yeah, that's some interactions right there. Anyway, Drake is up, spawned, and ready to take care of. So both teams, of course, try to group around there, and even Lunio goes no base, so we might see some teleport plays coming down from both top laners because they both resetted now. Oh, they big engage onto Ezreal, but he just flashes out. And now there is no Rakan ult left, and even the Ghost got used. Nomad now tries to go for the play, but they don't get the stuns, and now even needs to be really careful in the end. But this is the first kill for Next there. It was really close, and that was a really aggressive Nomad. I mean, he is the only dude who almost died in this game. I mean, 5 deaths, and he plays so aggressively right now.
Oh, he has 5 deaths of the 6 kills Next has. That's some aggressive gameplay, I can say. Yeah, but he's the only one who's getting focused. The other are too tanky, and he's the only immobile squishy champ there is.
Yeah, the other, I mean, he goes in with Flash Ghost into Victor and Vigo, and I mean, that was really ballsy at this point. Anyway, there's a big engage onto Ninja Tiger, but he just goes out, so he is not slowed too much in this matchup and just can run away. That's one of the reasons why usually Mordekaisers, especially against tanks, use Ghost as well, just to keep chasing them, but he goes for the flash. And now we have even the Force of Nature being built by Ninja Tiger, so we definitely don't want to get hurt by Lunio. Just a really defensive option. Normally you see like the Mythic first, or even like the Sunfire first, but in this case just the AP, just the MR item, which is a good decision, probably. Now Ezreal has Tier and Sheen, so now he is basically Ezreal. Before that he was basically just a minion, now he is basically playing Ezreal again. And as he was a minion with static, I mean, that's something, but with those 2 items he gets essentially to the Ezreal state.
Yeah, there's
which
also
is really important.
There's also an Ezreal build without Tier, the Essence Reaver one. I think it came back when it came back when the items got changed, and then you played crit Ezreal. No, that was when the Navoris wasn't a mythic.
Oh, that could try to engage there, but in the end, double ultimate Inferno, but they can't really get to the fields, and the fields with the charm of Rakan just kills Vigo there. I mean, look at Nomad, he plays so aggressively, but gets those kills as well. Now he gets knocked up under the turret, so that's probably the next death but it's just going to Rakan, so that's worth just 2 for 1. Well played there by Nomad.
Oh, me here.
Oh, but Ezreal is just probably... Oh, he just jumps not over the turret, so that could have been something by Conrad, but he can't connect with the lasers. And now 2 mid lane turrets will probably fall.
Yeah, and also not with the Liandis Torment. If you would have the Ludens, me here would be dead at this point.
Yeah, maybe.
And,
if it's enough burst. I mean, I think it wouldn't have been enough, but could have been enough. Especially with like the penetration and stuff. Maybe you're right. Maybe that could have been the solo bolo, but they are really tanky, so I believe that this Liandris is definitely the way to build against Mundo and Mordekaiser.
And Braum.
Yeah.
It's of course the way to build. I was just pointing it out to lower the kill threat of the Victor right there.
No, they try to go for Nomad's 7 death. But he at least does not go into it aggressively. I mean, he just sees Saya, and normally we could believe that he goes in there, but I think with the ward on Viego, they knew that there was something up. So Nomad did not risk it to die a 7th time.
The only thing that Nomad is behind is 1 level. He has almost the same farm. He has more items and has 150 gold bounties. So actually, I think he is ahead of the Xayah right there. With gold, and he almost has the Gale Force. And also with the gold, the turrets, with the 4 turrets and the 2 heralds, I think it's... He's ahead even if he looks like he's inting, but it's strategic inting.
Yeah. Drake is spawning in 20 seconds. So Viego is kinda on the wrong side of the rift right now. Viego definitely needs to get to the Drake. Oh no, Conrad gets out of there. No knockup to be done. So in the end, just flash. Oh, just look at that double flash and ghost just for Conrad, and he survives it. Anyway, now they try to secure a kill onto Nomad. It could be the 7th of this game, but Noah still stands. No, he is dead. That could be a winning team fight, especially with this really fat Victor they have, but they can't really get onto this Ezreal. Ezreal is really strong. There's Mundo. There's the Mordekaiser now on the flank, and he can just go for something. But it's still a 3-4. What can they do now? Do they get the resets? Oh, it's so close, and probably Mordekaiser can just ult someone. Oh, good flash to just get out of there, but there's still the ultimate, so Looney will probably just kill him right here, right now. Now he has the resets, now he has the damage. But the big question is, can you still tank it? Can you still fight it? And there's the kill onto Mordekaiser. Oh, he flashes out. Xayah is up in the air, but can't really do something. And there's the next kill. It's just a full ace. Conrad in the end even teleports in. He has some damage, but no ultimate. And without ultimate, he can't probably fight it. So it's just the 3rd Drake or full clear.
Yeah, crappy fights.
Definitely.
Nomad died for the team, Skyonage too, and me here, Gallop and Lunio just go in 3v4 and take everybody out. Like you said before, the Mundo has the stats and he is just rolling down. The Mordekaiser has the stats and Nomad is a threat even as 4-7. He is the threat that you have to take care of, but there are 2 champions that are just run you down and try to kill you, and yeah, that's the whole point of full clear. These off-meta picks are played so well. Nomad just does what a Nomad does. He is running around, killing and dying, and he's not that far behind. Still 1 level, even an item ahead. But I think that's the towers, but still he takes the pressure, puts it on himself, so the Mordekaiser and the Mundo can just roll out like other bots and roll over the enemy team.
Yeah. Me here on the sideline against Victor, but nothing should really happen. And at the moment, like there's the big threat of Cassandra just being killed in the 1v3, and yeah, Ninja Tiger can't really do something there. And with him being dead, it's probably just Baron. Now they try to get him here, but he's just too fast, and that's just a free Baron.
Yeah, that's bot lane because Viego is also top bot side, and here just goes back. No, he doesn't. So we'll probably force a dive here to get something out of it. Rakan is also joining, but I think to dive.
Oh, they want his cheeky little butts, and they get it. So at least the shutdown is there. 550 shutdown, so that's huge.
But these
is it
Qs,
worth? Yeah.
These Qs hurt. The Ezreal, the Static Shiv, and the Triforce, if you hit a Q, the damage is so high. That's not even funny. And you still have these other champs that are also a menace right there. Oh, I think Gallo is going to die here.
He is maybe in trouble, but he is still ultimate. Oh, but he lands in the little thingy from the Victor. But he's still, just look at how tanky he is. It's so unfair. But in the next shutdown for Victor. This Victor got 2 big kills here. 2 big shutdowns. Is 5-1. Conrad could be the carry to carry it all. And he even built Magi's and now got just 8 stacks. So that's a comeback Magi's. That's basically, I have no stacks, but if we win some team fights, I will have stacks. And what an infernal ultimate there coming out from Nomad. And now QT Katie needs to be a little bit careful because there's Ghost and Nomad tries to get him. There's the root, there's the damage, but they try to turn it around, but just not strong enough. There's Conrad. Maybe now with the burst, that could be the next big kill for him, and he just flashes out Scourge, but in the end he just loses all his stacks again, so he has no stacks left. 2 kills for Ezreal. What a play there from both sides, but Nomad just ending for the team and winning a team fight with it.
Yeah, and here comes, he still has the tier, no mana unit there, he's going for the Hurricane, just to clear the wave even better. Get some lifesteal and some ability haste. Yeah, I said there are some no tier builds. I don't think he needed the tier at this point. But yeah, Gallop who eats so much damage. I think they needed 15 seconds to kill him.
Oh, that could be a sneaky trap, but they know it. Good ward there. Nobody dies.
And Conrad lost the stacks.
Yeah.
Right before a soul point.
That's really sad. But he's still, I mean, he's just a little bit off of this rubber down, so at least that's something. Or big knock up onto Viego. That could be the first kill of this teamfight. Pro takes it in the end. Tiger Ninja tries to get into the backline, but he's just not strong enough. Mia gets 2. And now nobody even trying to go in aggressively. Mia gets a 3rd one and probably gets Rakan because it's Rakan against Ezreal, but he can't really tower dive it. So that's just the game. It's just 22-12, and FULLCLEAR will take down next as well. And with that, they will just have 5 wins, 1 loss, and will cement themselves at the top of the leaderboard together with Rift.
Yeah, and it's on there to take down on next week the upper class of the Rift slots. There we have some waiting. Viego bought the Sheen because he's shiny.
They wanted the soul.
He wanted the soul for the shiny thing. Yeah, and this game just ended with FULLCLEAR Esports with their comfort picks.
Yeah.
It just tells us you don't need to play meta, play what you're good at and what you know.
Yeah, and like the maybe the most important matchup will be to next Wednesday when FULLCLEAR plays against Rift, because FULLCLEAR won basically everything against Aurora. They lost against Aurora, and now if they would win against Rift, then they would just go toe to toe with them. So, and FULLCLEAR looks scary. So we might see something happening there at the top of the leaderboard. Anyway, just as teaser for the next game, we will have Aurora against Once Upon a Team, who got their first victory in like ages. So they might get a second victory today, or Aurora gets back to the top of the standings. So definitely an important matchup for both of those teams. We will go into a short break, and then we will see this last game of the evening with Aurora against Once Upon a Team.